Hi there and welcome to Pekfi. Today I wanted to make a Larkin pillow, as it occurs on the cover of the Dawnshard novella by Brandon Sanderson. For this project we need 2 blue fleece circles and 1 gold, as well as the Larkin pattern which is linked in the description, a blue sewing thread, a sewing machine, cotton wool for frilling, sewing pins, fabric scissors and small fabric scissors. So, as you can see, I have here the fleece circles as well as the cut-out paper pattern, which is numbered and colored for easy assembly. Let's start by getting this puzzle onto the fabric. First, we'll take 2 circles, 1 blue and 1 gold. Place the 2 fabric pieces one above another, with the gold ones on the top. And just make it a little nice and smooth. Okay, now we'll just transfer the pattern magically onto them. Let's just pin it to the circles and we're done. Let's move on to the sewing part. I use a sewing machine. If you do too, make sure to change the zigzag to 2 and the spacing to 0.5. Switch your thread to a blue one and we are all ready to start. Pay attention to where I'm placing the pattern relative to the needle hole. I want the stitches to be just right next to the borderline from the inside for us to have enough space between the different shapes of the Larkin body. Let's talk a little about the book itself. Dawnshard is a novella placed between 2 of the Stormlight archive books, Oathbringer and Rhythm of War. I personally read just until Oathbringer in that series for now, so I didn't actually read Dawnshard yet, though I do know what a Larkin is, I guess. I met one of them before. I might try and describe what a Larkin is, and you'll decide if I actually know anything at all. I hope you will be able to find it at the end of the video. Now look at that. This is after I finished sewing, let's call it body number 1. Boy, was that hard. Only 4 more to go. Let's just sew a little more and taking out those papers. It is really that satisfying.
Music licensing reimagined.
With that, body 2 is completed. Body 3, here we go. Body 4 now, if one could call it that. Maybe more like Stingy 4, or just Stingy. Or Sting? I don't know. Whatever. And now for the final and the most complicating quest. Body number 5, or the way I call it, the bowel. You could stare at it for years, trying to figure out what is where and where is what. For those of you who actually understood this whole thing is a fossil, and this must be its legs and that kind of stuff, congratulations, you own my respect and admiration. You deserve it.
Artlist.io.
Finally finished with that drudgery, we'll move to a far worse one, the cutting. Though you must admit, it looks fabulous. Now is the point when we use the small scissors. It probably has a formal name, but I don't know it, so let's just pretend it doesn't have one. So what I'm actually doing here is cutting the gold circle in a way that only the vertebrae and the rest of the body is staying attached. Cut as close as you can to the stitches while making sure not to ruin them, as well as the blue fleece below. So I think I'll take the time we've got here to discuss further about the Larkin. A Larkin is a combination of a crab and a kremling, according to my incredible sense of guessing, if you will. Okay, I know, but it has been a while since I read Oathbringer, something like a month or more, and my memory is starting to fade as I'm reading other stuff. Don't worry, most of them are from Arcanum Unbounded. So if you have a proper definition for a Larkin, feel free to share it with us. And don't even think about copying the Coppermind entry. Other than that, if you are wondering why I make a pillow with a creature prescripted on a book I haven't read, so the reason is that I'm making it to my brother's birthday. Just like when me and my sister made the Mooncake Plush and the Regal Pig one to our older brothers, all here in the channel. We're at the very last part of this very hard labor. Yes, this is the exact way I'm supposed to use this term. And here you can see my nose picks out very accurately. How lovely for you. Oh, not just my nose, I see. My whole face! Phew, this is over. Now we can finally wrap it up and call it a thing. First off, cover this beautiful thing with the other blue fleece silver. Wow, that side is pretty too. And make sure it's staying in place. Now, sew almost all the way around. Leave a hole for us to turn it inside out and stuff it with some fluffy cotton wool.
Music licensing reimagined.
See? Told you I'm gonna leave a hole. Let's turn it inside out, baby! As you might see, it is very difficult to do so. Fun fact, it's hard to believe, but I actually erased most of the clips of me doing it. But nah, it's actually really simple. And now we are able to see the almost final shape of it. What do you think? Fluffy stuffing, here I come. Enjoy watching the evolution of it bloating. I'll go fetch something to eat. I'm starving hungry. This is brilliant. Alright, back to business. After it is all bloated out, just like me, we'll need to close it by hand, needle and thread. As much as it is hard, we're going to do it anyway, because we are real heroes. We'll do it just like that, and finish by sticking the needle into the pillow, tying the thread to itself, cutting the thread, and pulling the thread for it to be in the Larkin's stomach. Yummy! Woohoo! Look at that! It turned out just beautifully and I love it so much! I'm so proud to finish it by 2 days only. Though be sure it was pretty tough. I would love to hear what do you think about it. And if you feel like it, just press it, just press the button and check out these later. Bye!
Music licensing reimagined.